our next guest, and this is Sheena. Come on up, Sheena. I don't even know how I met Sheena. How did that happen? I have no idea.
I stalked you for a little bit.
Oh, I love that. I love stalking
I came
in a good
to
way.
your
To the Go Get It Festival.
I did come to the Go Get It. I was already obsessed by then.
Okay.
I started coming to the small business courses that you had at the Central Library.
Okay.
I had done it before a few years ago when I started my business, and then I restarted my business. So I was like, let me refresh myself. And they had a new person, and that new person was you, and I fell in love, and I just kind of stuck with it.
Oh, y'all see the love story? No, that's one of my favorite things. I tell people in class, especially in social media classes, when you get in here, you will not be overwhelmed. You will not overwhelm me, and we will be in love. And us being in love means that you need to ask questions, but you also need to pay attention, and we need to be in this business thing together. And so I think it makes a big difference. So I'm in love with you too. Yay. But I think that, first of all, I just need to say this: style on style on style. You don't even understand. We had a discussion about how she changes her hair all the time. And she said the thing that's consistent is her glasses. But she is definitely a style magnet. I totally love it. And so I do want to talk a little bit about your brand before we get into NC Soul Space. Because if you don't know, Sheena was one of the... What did it end up being, 70-something?
75.
75. One of the 75 people that got chosen to be in Ebay Retail Revival. Ebay only has 3 in the whole United States, and Greensboro is one of them, right? So, I just wanted to just throw that in there a little bit. I know I didn't tell you I was going to do it, but I wanted to, surprise you with it. But with Retail Revival, can you give them a little bit about your brand and about what's happened since you've been a part of this eBay process?
Sure. My brand is SheenBalla. We make custom jewelry that express your uniqueness and beauty. So if you have a business, I love businesses, anything business. So if you have a logo, or you have a certain color scheme, or something that you want to wear that represents your business that's not always a shirt with your logo or a name tag, I always have a bracelet on. I make they're custom bracelets, and we do corporate gifts. We do birthday gifts, wedding gifts, or it's all custom. We do have some, and I got into it with eBay thinking of, because it's still my hobby. So sometimes it's like, oh, you're always making for something for someone else. Well, what happened to, I still love doing it. So I applied for the program, and I'm very passionate about my city. And I think they recognize that probably in my application. I love my city. I could probably be an ambassador.
Do you think you could battle at Mackenzie though?
It wouldn't battle. No, we wouldn't battle.
Okay.
We wouldn't
I was like, I don't know who has more spirit. Yes, we do. I just wanted to see.
But we're a team. We're pretty much triad ambassadors.
That's right. Let's do the whole triad then. Okay,
definitely.
I love it.
It's never. It's always collaboration over competition.
That's right.
So. I was able to get into the program and support my city through that. So we do different events. eBay supports us through the eBay platform. We all have an eBay store. So you can go online and shop, and I'll do different things. I always try to do something that supports the community when I'm doing something. So I did a line for Mental Health Awareness Month, which was, I believe, May. So we have quite a few bracelets with like the sigh and the different things that support mental health. We have an aromatherapy line that you can put your essential oils on to kind of keep you, grounded a little bit. So certain things that are close to you that you might not want to display, or you might want to display. It's just something that you can wear, something small, a little trinket that you can have on you at all times to kind of ground you and help you remember, like, okay, this is me. Sometimes I'm shiny, and all the time I'm shiny, but that doesn't have to be you.
Okay, and I love that. So now you know, and then they can go online and they can make purchases.
Yes, you can shop.
And they can also get custom things made as well.
Yes, you
can. So now I'm going to transition a little bit because you have another space that is right up the street from my house that is in Summerfield.
Yes.
Okay. Does everybody know where Summerfield is? If you don't, Summerfield, you just keep taking, either you call it Battleground or 220, okay, and you just keep going straight up before you get to Virginia, but Summerfield is right there. And when I saw where it was, I was like, what? I was like, you did what? Y'all have what? And it was just like, you know, when I got there, I was like, this is the cutest place ever. Very home feeling. And so this space that we're talking about is called NC Soul Space.
Yes.
So can you give us a little bit about that? And then, you know, just kind of let people know what they can expect or if they're looking for space.
Sure. So Soul Space was actually created by the owner, Amanda Marley, and I got to Soul Space because I am very passionate about women in business, and I started looking at places in Greensboro to kind of grow roots into, and I'm kind of spiritual, so I pray about things and I work on things. I visited a couple of co-working spaces, and I didn't feel it. My heart wasn't there, my soul wasn't there. And Amanda at Soul Space had done a co-working day where you can kind of come in and just sit down, and we were very kindred spirits. Like, we walked in and it was just hugs, and we haven't stopped hugging.
Have y'all been in love too? Are y'all in love?
Oh, definitely.
I just need to make sure.
Definitely.
Okay, good. All right.
Definitely, we're gonna keep it PG.
Everybody's in love.
But in my journey to find a place to grow roots for myself and build a community, I found that as I visited other co-working spaces, I was the only Black woman there. And I was constantly. So you just kind of feel left out. You kind of feel left out. So when I got to Amanda, at first it was like, okay, here I am again. So when we got to talking, she wanted to open that space. She wanted more diversity in the space because it was something she recognized as well. So we, you know, it's not really a joke, but we always say that the Lord put us together to do this for our community.
I believe it.
We, again, like collaboration over competition. This isn't us versus them. This is how many people can we give community to? How many people can we support? How many people can we bring in? On the diversity, how many like hard, tough conversations can we have? We want to talk about diversity and inclusion. We are a women-centric space, but if you identify as a woman, we want you to, because that's not something that is necessarily targeted in other places. So we want to make sure that if you are a woman, identify as a woman, you have a place to be. We want you to come as you are and collaborate with us. We are an online community, and we also have a brick and mortar facility. So if you're starting your business, if you're already in your business, you want to kind of get out of your house a little bit, we have a place you can come. One of us is always there. We have quite a few people that come and co-work, and they sit down. Sometimes the whole trajectory of your business will change if you take it outside of your living room.
Yes, it
your
will.
study. You have someone to bounce ideas off of. You have, we call it a little board of directors. So some checks and balances. Sometimes I'll come to Amanda with an idea and she's like, girl, this is crazy. I don't. Or sometimes I'll come to her and she'll like, well, let's figure out how this can work. And her niche is completely different than mine. She's a custom furniture builder. So I make custom bracelets. And it is a partnership that has grown into a space that we hold workshops, we have parties, we support each other, we like to do business showers. There are so many different things that we like to do in our flex space that we want to offer other people to do, or other people to have the opportunity to do so. Our community is women centric, but the space is not. So guys, feel free to come in. You want somewhere to work, you're getting tired of, you know, where you are in your office or at home, come set up.
And
we
the
have
energy's
coffee.
different, though.
It is.
The energy's different, men. If you come and you're around women, it just is. And we're just so great.
It is.
So the other thing is, though, that you kind of said it, but not really, is that if people want to utilize your space, they want to rent it. That's an option too.
Definitely.
And so what I see, and this is the plague of the triad, if you need an event for a small group of people, it doesn't need to be huge. One of the only places that you seem to be able to go, especially if you do want to charge, right, is a hotel. And a hotel is going to charge you the hotel fee, plus the tax, plus the food, plus the beverage that you usually have to use with them. And so you cut all of that out by people being able to come use your space. And I really want people to know that, because maybe I don't necessarily need the co-working, but I want to have an event. I want to do something to showcase my business. And if people didn't know that, now they know that this is a place that they can come and they can do that as well. And now my question to you, though, do they need to be a member, or can they just rent, I just want to do a one-off one-off kind of thing.
We would love for you to be a member. I'll say that. And as a member, you do have access to one workshop a month. But you do not have to be a member to rent the space. You can rent the space. It is a fee that we work it out online, but you have access to the space, the entire space. And then we'll have a host, either myself or one of the other ambassadors there at Soul Space, and we'll be there from beginning to end to help you set up. We're a partner with you because we want you to be successful just as much as we want your event to be successful. And we'll partner with you. We'll help you market it if you're having it in our space. We do not do kids. Let's put that out there. No kid parties.
Do not try to have babies.
No.
50th.
No.
Not reunion parties and all of the rest of that business.
But if you want to do some things that we specialize in is like we did recently, for example, brunch of entrepreneurs. There was a few ladies that own businesses that came in and they hosted a brunch and they rented the space. We were there, for quite some time, and it gave them the ability to network within their own network and even grew our network as well. So you want to, offer your service to someone, or like sometimes we'll come in and we're the only ones doing the workshop. But we're there. It gives you a place. You're not fresh doing it. You have somewhere to do that event in. And again, like we'll give you feedback. We'll help you market it. So it's something that is kind of special to us. And the overhead is not, like you just said, ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's affordable. It's something that you can do, especially as a small business owner or an entrepreneur. When you sell insurance and you want to say, here's the benefits of, this insurance.
Is she trying to segue to the back? That's the next speaker. It is. Did you just segue?
Oh,
Donna.
For you. We got to talk. But it is something I've done bath bomb parties with, my friends and other business owners that showcase another business. I have quite a few retail locations where I sell SheenBalla out instead of eBay. I also have, the custom website, but I am also in a few other locations. And again, it's always collaboration over competition. So some of the retailers that I have, for example, one is Luxe Fragrance, who is also an Ebay Retail Revival. She came in and did a bath bomb party. So it gave her the opportunity to showcase her business in a space that she wouldn't have normally
in
did.
A real tangible space. People could really come. They could really see it. And then you can get that experience. So let me just ask you one final question. What advice do you have for women right now, or men, right, who are starting businesses? What's some of the best advice that you can give them?
Plug into a community, find your tribe, find a group of people that are going to support you. If that support is feedback, if that support is consumption, if that support is a lending ear, plug into Chisa and the things that she has going on with
on the side. It's a plug right there.
Through the small business centers. Greensboro and the Piedmont Triad has tons of resources when it comes to supporting small businesses. Don't be afraid. Jump out there. Connect with the Chamber of Commerce. They have tons of stuff. Come to Venture Cafe on Thursdays. Sometimes it's just meeting somebody. It's just, telling one person about who you are. And that person, like if you know me and if I know that you do something, I'm going to plug you into everything that I know. If somebody's doing something, we're going to read a book. I know somebody that loves books. Here you go. So plug into somebody, find something. And then the biggest thing is probably know your why. Like what is it that keeps you grounded, and what is it that is your passion? My passion is to create a network that allows people to cultivate their creativity, to share their gifts and talents with the world. So that everything that I do is driven on that. So it's not necessarily to sell bracelets. The bracelets are just like a path to connect to other people, to sit and talk about a business, but allows me to meet you guys and to tell you guys about other communities. Collaborate. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Don't be afraid to be right. Don't be afraid to share your feedback. But plugging in is definitely one. Be active. Be supportive of others, and just be out there.
I think that's great advice. All right, so give it up for Sheena today.